Oh my god, this messed up, so I'm so sorry, and I have not posted this link anywhere, so hopefully people start filing in again if you guys get the link. And I'm not able to bring up my camera. I don't know what's wrong with it, so I just wanna get on here and do this real quick. I'm so sorry. Let me try to get this link out to everyone so you guys can come in again. Um, I don't know what happened to my live. It just kind of messed up. I'm so sorry about that. But I'm gonna post another link so that you guys can come in and talk to me. I apologize. I've having a lot of problems with YouTube lately, and I'm pretty sure it's not by accident that I'm having these problems, but whenever I try to do, like, live videos, they either cut out or I lose everything, so I'm just gonna share the link and hopefully I don't know if you guys are getting notifications either. Some people say that they're not getting them. So let me just share this link everywhere that I can possibly think of right now so that people can see it, and then hopefully just come back in. I am so sorry, and I'm not even looking to see if anyone's in here because I'm trying to again. My utmost apologies. I'm so sorry. Okay, there's people in here. Okay, guys. Can you guys hear me? Hi, Robin. I know, but I just can't, like, I literally can't get on camera. I don't know. It's just like it won't work for me. I'm so sorry. I know you guys enjoyed seeing my hideous face for 10 minutes, but I can't turn my camera back on. It won't work. So I'm so sorry. Um, and I can actually see the people in here now, so that's good. So I will start again. I am really sorry about that. I probably, I'm considering doing Facebook Lives because it seems like it would be easier to just go live on Facebook if people tend to have less problems with them. But this is what I'm doing right now. So I'm just kind of waiting for people to come back in here. Hopefully they'll get the notification for it. Hi. Oh, thank you, Patricia. I'm not beautiful, but thank you anyway. That's really nice of you to say. Okay, so I tried to like be on camera. It won't turn on for me. It won't work now. I don't know what's wrong with it. It just keeps giving me like an error. I'm sorry. I apologize, but you can hear my voice, which should be almost as cool. Vegas is completely shut down. There's like nothing happening here. Everything's closed. It's insane. It's crazy. There's literally like nothing happening here. The strip is closed down. Fremont Street's closed down. It's like a ghost town. Everyone's just kind of existing. It's insane. Hi, Sandy. Yeah, I'm fine. I'm good. I'm really good here. I'm holed up with some close friends in my house. So, okay, so let me get back into this stuff. I don't really have a whole lot of information. Like I said, I wanted to just kind of update. I'm trying to move along in the series, and I know that I spoke previously about Michael's birth year, and the significance and things. But what's kind of crazy is in the last video I did, I talked about the number 11 and how it was significant. Um, and how so basically 11 years before Michael was born, all the significant things that happened in that year, which was 1947. So it kind of made me want to go back and talk a little bit about the year that he was born, which would have been 11 years later, which would be 1958. So that's kind of what I want to talk to you guys about. I did mention some things before, but it just seems more significant now in some ways. I mean, I don't really know. It probably sounds kind of boring right now, but it'll all come together. So I just appreciate your patience and letting me talk about this stuff. And of course, going back and referencing it later would be good. So let me first, and I might go live on my Facebook after this to talk to you guys. I don't know. I might want to try, like, I don't know if you guys are friends with me on Facebook, but if you can add me, let me give you my link. And I might just go live on there because it's probably easier for me to do that as opposed to trying to go live on YouTube all the time. Here's my link to my Facebook if you want to add me. And I might just go live on there later to talk to you guys. It might be a little bit easier, but yeah. Okay. So, where was I at? Okay, so yeah, let me talk a little bit about um, this 1958. And I'm just going to kind of read on the list and I'll just go through things. It's not a lot of information actually, so I have enough time to talk about it. So, okay, 11 years from 1947 is 1948. So, 1958 is the year that Michael Jackson is born. Also, it's the year that Prince is born. That's a whole other subject, a whole other topic, but I just wanted to put that out there. So, in 1958, one of the first cool things, interesting things that I noticed is um, it's the year that NASA was developed. So, United States President Dwight Eisenhower signs the National Aeronautics and Space Act into law, creating the National Aeronautics and Space Administration, also known as NASA. It's established on July 29th as an executive branch federal agency with the mission of researching aerospace and the peaceful scientific applications of aeronautics. So I did think it was really, really interesting that that was developed on July 29th. So July 29th, you know how I am with numerology and how to me it's just so significant. So July 29th is 7/11, which is crazy to me. So NASA was literally established the year that Michael was born. And I that might not really seem significant right now, but of course, when you put things in perspective, it's really interesting. How he always kind of has this connection to like space, the moon, all this other stuff, and this is the year that he was born. Um, so another interesting that happened 1958 was the United Kingdom. In the United Kingdom, the peace symbol is created. So this is created by Gerald Holdham, um, and he basically created this. He was a part of the campaign, the British campaign for the nuclear disarmament. So I guess just basically the nuclear wars that were going on, they were trying to stop it. It was um, a peaceful protest, a peaceful campaign, and they had to design a sign. So he actually designed the peace symbol. So not only was NASA created the year that Michael was born, so was the peace sign. And then, of course, like I can talk about this stuff more in depth at another time, but I just think that's also something that's very interesting. We know that Michael very much is like a world figure for peace. It always meant a lot to him. It was a very just in his nature, even as a child, he mentioned it in music and what he wanted. So the peace sign, yeah, was introduced in 1958 also. And let me go back. Also, let's see here. I don't really know how significant this is. I just thought it was interesting that in 1958 also, Iraq became a republic on July 14th, which is 777. So a lot of these things, I know there's been talk about Iraq and the significance and things that are happening right now in the world. Some people believe they used to call it the south of Mesopotamia, and they say that Iraq is actually where the original Eden is. I don't know if that's true or not, but I keep seeing that Iraq come up a lot in things that I'm researching. So I don't really know how significant that is, but I did see that was a year. 1958 was the year that it became a republic, also. So there could be significance with that. You guys have to understand something that, like, numerology, whether you believe in numerology or you don't believe in it, whether it's a part of your religious affiliation, whatever, numerology is a very, very big thing in time, space, everything. It's huge. It's a big deal. Everything is in numbers. So numbers, people say, when you can see numbers in everything, you absolutely can see numbers in everything, but numbers are very significant, especially specific numbers. The number 11 is extremely, extremely significant in history, just as the number 7. The number 7 is very big in the Bible, biblically speaking, and we all know Michael was very, very, very much obsessed with the number 7. And it just, I mean, people think, oh, it's a holy number. It is, and it's not. I mean, it has really nothing to do with it. It does in some ways, but there's other significance to the number 7. But also, number 11 was something that was very like huge in what was going on in his life, his evolution as a person. So I just want you guys, if you're just tuning into this and you haven't really heard me talk about this before, number 11 is extremely significant. So yeah, okay, let me get back. So there's a couple more things that really like this is just like a very like, how do I put this? It's a list of things, but like I don't want to get too much into this stuff right now because it comes into play now in 2020. So I just want to kind of tell you about it. But I think that it's interesting. So in 1958, we also had the invention of the microchip. We all know how significant the microchip has been to humankind, humanity, what they do with it. Now there's a huge controversy about the microchip. I mean, people are freaking the fuck out because they feel like they associate the microchip with the mark of the beast, which is in the Bible. There's a lot of stuff associated with that. So that is also something that's kind of significant. That was also developed in 1958 as well. And then we have the modem. So this is the year that the modem was created. So if you know of the modem, you know about what it's used for. Um, the modem's used for internet communication, talking to people. This is the first year that we started doing this. And what I found very interesting about the modem being created in 1958, this is also the year that CERN installed its very first computer. So you guys have seen my previous videos about CERN and how I feel like they are just related to all this bullshit that's happening in our world. So CERN is a huge part of that. And you mentioned 5G, Robin. I'm going to talk about that in a minute because there's something with that I wanted to mention about the 5G technology that's happening right now. So CERN created this the modem, and they didn't create the modem. This is the first year they installed their first computer. CERN is responsible for the internet. Okay, so CERN is actually called the European Organization of Nuclear Research. The main function is to provide the particle accelerators and other infrastructures needed in high energy physics. So basically, they conduct experiments, analyze data. They also do simulation of events. CERN's big thing is to try to basically recreate the Big Bang. They're trying to research how it happened. So they're doing things, playing with the God particle. Do your research on them. I've talked about them in numerous videos. I'll probably talk about them some more, but they are just like, I feel like they are significantly responsible for the shit that's happening right now in our world. Now, CERN also is responsible for creating the World Wide Web. They are responsible for the internet. So it's kind of interesting how the internet ties in with the modem, ties in with the microchip. Basically, 1958 was a very, 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 very huge year for technology. Hands down, it was just. I just watched or listened to my video previously. I spoke about 1947 being the year that the Roswell crash happened. Also, it's the year that the Dead Sea Scrolls was discovered. So if you look at 11 causing like discord, causing, being chaos, 11 years before all this technology happened is when the Roswell crash happened, is when we created the Defense Act, is when we discovered the Dead Sea Scrolls. So I really feel like it ties in. I feel like, and you will see as I go along in this series, that how all this stuff kind of like ties into each other. Every 11 years, there's some significant thing that happens. It's just interesting how these things align with Michael, and I will introduce them all together. But there's somebody mentioned in here 5G. Oh my God, hold on a second. There are so many people like contacting me right now. Okay, so I'm sorry, not Michael. Somebody here has mentioned 5G. 5G is a new technology. They're putting these 5G towers all over the place, allegedly to get better internet service. It's the new development in technology. It's all the rage, but people are saying that this 5G technology actually is causing like crazy amounts of radiation to expel into the world. It's like poisoning people, bad for like cancer. So I was talking to you guys previously about I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought. I was talking to you guys previously about the Hopi Native Americans and their prophecies that they had. So the Hopi prophecies talk about the death of the fourth world, which I believe we're currently in the fourth world. They spoke about the death of the fourth world, and like basically when that happens, we'll be ushered into the new world, the purification. So one of the things that they talked about in this purification in the new world, there's a particular prophecy that I remember reading. And the prophecy says the fifth sign, so there's 9 signs in total by white feather. But the fifth sign is the land shall be crisscrossed by a giant spider's web. And when I was thinking, when I read that previously, I thought about, well, they must be talking about either telephone lines or talking about the internet. Like the internet being developed would be a fifth sign of the world purification coming. But I also like I'm starting to think it's because it is the fifth sign that it's possible that it's 5G they're talking about, because 5G is basically fucking everything up. And I'll talk more about that, later. But I do feel like that prophecy is actually speaking about 5G and not just the internet, but specifically because 5G is being installed on poles that have lines running from them. Well, not lines running. How they're created is basically it's wireless, but in terms of traditional installation of cable lines, they look very similar, and they're all over the world. So I also believe that fifth sign is definitely 5G. It's a sign that's supposed to be ushering what's going to happen. You know, I mean, all these different religious texts and prophecies, whether they be the Bible or Native Americans, whatever, they all speak about like similar things. So I just kind of thought that. Um, so, I mean, basically, what I thought was interesting. I mean, I already spoken previously about 1958 in other videos. I don't really want to get too much into it because it'll just kind of take us down another road. And I wanted to stay on track for what we're talking about in terms of Michael. But I feel like it's very interesting how this stuff is like kind of unfolding. And it's like, I always thought that it was a 7 year significance. And there is a 7 year significance with Michael. Like every 7 years of his life, something significant happens. But also with this 11 years, it seems like it's more of world related things that are happening for Michael. Something that I find very interesting is Michael like died when Paris was 11 years old, and Paris is going to turn 22 this year, which is 11 years later. And there's a lot of significant things happening in the world. So just kind of follow me on that. There's a lot of stuff that's just numerology is very, 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 very big in terms of Michael. Now, I wanted to kind of like segue a little bit off of Michael and talk to you guys about something that I just think is really interesting. Um, I was doing research on CERN for this video in particular, just to have some more information to talk about. And I noticed that um, CERN is located in Geneva. And what's interesting to me about that, CERN is like a leading in technology, leading in simulations, trying to create this God particle, trying to find out why we exist, trying to find out all this scientific shit, but also in Geneva is the World Health Organization. And I just find that to be very interesting that this pandemic breaks out in Geneva as well. And it's like, I don't really know what the hell is going on there, but it's to me, it's very, as someone who's been following CERN, it's like, I'm kind of putting two and two together here, and it definitely like scares me a little bit because CERN is they opened a portal. We all know about this portal they opened where they are literally, I don't know if you guys have noticed that time is going really, really fast. I mean, literally you wake up in the morning and before you know it, it's like 5 in the it's like 5 in the evening. And then it's like midnight. Time is going very, 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 very fast right now. It is like accelerating extremely fast, and it's really crazy how it's happening. We are in the middle of a global pandemic. There's this, I mean, this is very serious. I saw a doctor today say that they're expecting in the United States alone there to be about no less than 200,000 deaths at the end of this, and that is best case scenario. So this is accelerating. People are dying. It's crazy. It's happening all over the world. But I just think it's so crazy that the World Health Organization is literally in the same place as this place CERN, who has been screwing with time for years, just doing things, manipulating things, causing things to happen, opening veils, and now we have a pandemic. People need to really wisen up and do their research. I don't know what the tie is between CERN and the World Health Organization, but I know that there's something going on in Geneva. There's something extremely weird going on, something very dark going on in Geneva, and it just is, what are they trying to do? What, and I don't like to sound like a conspiracy theorist or somebody like tinfoil hat like crazy, because I'm a very like logical person. I'm very grounded when it comes to like my stance on things, but I just find it like really crazy that they're in the same place and all this stuff is happening. People do not really read articles about CERN because they aren't published a whole lot in the United States, but they are doing a lot of stuff there. They're literally trying to recreate the Big Bang. So you guys have to be extremely vigilant with things. I don't really have a lot of people who are following me right now. um, I don't talk about all the fun stuff about Michael faking his death, all the fun. Oh my God, this is so much fun. I'm not into the QAnon shit. I see people talking about it all the time, like how Michael was into QAnon. I don't agree with that. It's just my opinion that he's not. I'm not saying that I don't agree with the QAnon things per se. Like I do see the things they're talking about, and I do agree with certain things concerning QAnon. I really do. And I've actually spoken with someone from there who told me some things about Michael. So, I mean, I do believe that he was aware of that movement, but I don't think he's leading that movement or anything like that. Um, I just tell you guys to really stay vigilant. This is not the time to really give a shit about Michael being alive or dead, really. It's more or less about just understanding what he was trying to tell people. And there are reasons why people are who they are. Um, Michael Jackson has always been a global figure. I mean, everyone was in love with this guy from the time he was a little kid. Um, he got older, he got wiser, he had his own way, and I think that was a huge threat to to knowledge. It was a huge threat to him telling people things, and I don't know. My mind is just like kind of everywhere with this right now, but I just feel like there are things that are tying Michael to this number 11 and the year that he was born. I don't think that anything happens by accident. Everyone goes to the story, oh, yeah, he was just a poor boy from Gary, Indiana that just happened to come across fame because he was talent. But there is definitely something way more significant than Michael just being born a poor boy in Gary, Indiana. And I don't know if that is something that is spiritual. I don't know if it's something by design. I don't really know. You never really know the truth about anything or why they do things. In 1958, there was a lot of stuff going on. 1958 produced Prince and it produced Michael Jackson. And Prince, you might not be a Prince fan. Prince is also a very, very, very deep subject. He is just very fascinating. His last album spoke a lot about heightened awareness and vibration and getting called home. And there's so much, guys. Like it's crazy. Like because you take Michael and you see this almost obsession with outer space and the moon and the universe and extraterrestrials and just trying to like never really feeling like he said he could relate to ET and people like, oh, that's so cute. What a cute little anecdote. But it's not really like cute. It's like there's more to that story than people can even imagine. And I know a lot of people just like think that people are crazy who think outside of the box, but look at the world. Like we have a global pandemic right now. Like this is shit that like I'm 36, so I was born in 1984. So a good part of my teen years and my young adult life was basically spent watching zombie movies where pandemics break out and people turn to fucking zombies and start eating each other. Okay? That was like all make believe. That shit was make believe. We know about the Spanish influenza. We know about the Black Plague. We know that these things did exist at one time. We know that. But these things that are happening today are things that we watched in movies and we thought never could be real. But I don't know. And I remember the Sony slogan, um, whenever Michael first died was make dot believe. And I know that there was like that Sony campaign, believe whatever you imagine you can make real. I don't think any of that stuff was by accident. And I really feel like we are seeing a significant amount of things that are going. I think 2020 starts something huge. I think it's the beginning of something very, very big. And I don't know. I think everything is up in the air. You know, we are believers. We believe that Michael faked his death. We believe that he's still alive. We believe that there's the shit that happened, and none of it made sense for almost 11 years. Where everyone's like, why the hell did he do this? Is he dead? Is he coming back? What the hell's going on? I was always like, Michael Jackson would never return. He would never come back. Like, that's crazy. You don't fake your death just to come back. But now I don't know, because I feel like there's so much shit happening right now. I don't even really know what really happened. Like, I don't know the entire story behind what actually went down. I don't know. I don't know. So it's like I'm excited to research and understand this, but I just want you guys to know where I'm coming from as a person, how I feel about it. I just have no interest in the games. I'm not really interested in the death hoax clues. I'm not really interested in shit like that. I'm interested in the truth. I'm interested in the significant truth of why Michael did what he did. So that's really all I wanted to talk to you about in terms of that today. I just want everybody to stay safe. I mean, people are, oh God, there's so much happening. And you know what, Kimmy, I feel like that too. The 11th year since he left, there's some, I mean, I am not a person, like I said, I don't do this whole like, oh, Michael Jackson's gonna come back. He's gonna make his grand comeback. I've never pushed that agenda because I don't believe that. I didn't believe that for a very long time. I was like, you don't fake your death, you don't leave your life, everything you know, just to return. That's crazy. But with everything that's happening in the world right now, I really don't know. I don't know if it's just by design. Is it something that's going to happen because he might have to? Because we don't, nobody is safe anywhere in this world. I mean, people are dropping like flies, and nobody's safe. And being buried somewhere in a hole somewhere, or like, you know, not being buried in a hole, that's a terrible analogy, but just like hiding somewhere, someplace in the world, um, when like your family and your children are like at risk of this thing that's happening, it might make you be like, whoa, what the fuck? I can't do this. I have to be present. Or maybe he was going for 11 years to prepare for something that's inevitably going to happen. I don't really know, but I am very interested in finding out, and I'm trying to like understand all of it. In addition to understanding my own path, because I started a business and like I was doing really really well, and amazing things were about to happen for me, and then this happened. So life just kind of has a way of humbling us, and we're all just kind of at a standstill and kind of suspended in air. And I'm just trying to figure out what the hell my next move is going to be. Um, so I'm trying to figure out what the hell's happening. I think you guys are too. And I appreciate you taking the time to like listen to me. I probably sound like I'm rambling and I'm totally crazy and I'm insane, and maybe I am. I don't know, but I think this is it, guys. I really believe this is like this is time. Like this is the most significant time that we're seeing where things are going to start happening. And that's just how I feel about it. So I'm going to just keep doing videos and doing uploads and trying to like bring light to it and shed light on it, but I don't know. And I wish my camera was on so I can just like really look at you guys and tell you exactly like, you know, how I feel. But to the person in here earlier that was talking about being suicidal last night, let me just tell you, like, I understand that more than you know. Like, I feel a sense of absolute loss. I worked really, really hard to get myself somewhere, and I feel very alone, and I feel very like confused about why God would allow me to get so close to something that I worked for and then just kind of take it away from me. And I miss my family because I'm 3,000 miles from my family and I can't travel to them right now. I can't go anywhere. And there's a lot of uncertainty. So I just want you to understand that you do not need to leave this earth by your own hands. If something happens to you because of this illness, understand that death is not the worst thing that can happen to us at all, but you can take precautions and be safe and do not worry about dying Don't worry about that. Don't be scared of dying. Don't be afraid of getting sick, you know? Um, just be strong. I still have my little puppy. Yeah, Jackson, he's sleeping right now. He's on my bed. He's, like, knocked out right now. Do you have yours still? But, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just want you guys to, like, really understand I don't even know, like, there's so much shit happening, people that are just, like, dropping off, so if I just, like, disappear off this channel and I'm just, like, not here, like, understand that you have the power to understand these things yourself and research them and look them up and everything, so don't worry about, people leading you to the truth, study it yourself and understand it. Um, but I'm gonna be here just uploading and talking to you guys, and I think I might do a Facebook Live. Your cat's name is Jackson? Yeah, my dog's name is Jackson. I keep having this recurring dream where I am suspended in space and I'm watching the earth. I'm staring at the earth and I see like war and famine and people like hurting each other and fires and there's a black cloud that permeates the entire earth and there are people watching the earth with me. And it's crazy because 'cause I'm, like, suspended in air, and I'm not afraid, but there are people, like, I don't even know I've never seen these people before, I don't know who they are, but we're watching the Earth from, like, space, and then last night, I've had the dream quite a few times, but last night, there was a difference. Last night, um, basically, there was a woman, and she's behind me, and I turned around and the moon, I don't know if it was the moon or it was a planet, but it was a glowing it's a glowing you've had that dream? What the fuck? Oh my god, are you serious? Well, in my dream, so last night, the dream behind me was a big, gigantic moon, and I don't know if it was a moon or it was a planet, but it was like a big glowing, like, I think it was the moon, and the lady, she says to me, "It's time to go." And I look at her and I look back at Earth and I'm like, "I can't leave, I can't go." And she's like, "You have to make a choice." And all the people that are around me start like going into this light of the moon. But I am like literally suspended and so scared that I'm just staring like that is crazy because I was wondering if other people are having that same dream. And because when you see other people in your dream suspended around you, it usually means those people are having the same exact dream as you. But I've only had it a couple of times, but, like, last night, it changed. Last night, there was someone actually speaking to me, telling me that I had to go into this moon, but I didn't wanna leave because I was watching Earth, and I knew my family and my friends and everyone that I loved was there. Yeah, we're in space. It's totally space, but it's like the sky looks like ocean waves. Like, it's hard to explain. Now that you're mentioning the boat, there's, like, ocean waves. What the hell? Are you serious right now? Yo, this is so crazy. Oh my god. We've all had this dream. Robin, that is crazy. Yeah, I whenever I see V for Vendetta, I think about Michael too. I always have. Even like when I first saw it, I thought about that same exact thing. And I find it interesting in V for Vendetta, the heroine's name is Evie, which reminds me of like Eve from the Garden of Eden. I cannot believe that we are all having the same dream. What the hell does that mean? And I bet you more people are having it, but they don't remember it. Yes, I do. It was very big and glowing, significant. I wonder if we can somehow find other people that are having that dream, because that is so crazy. Oh my god, that's crazy. 'Cause I have, like, this dream, and I also have another dream that I don't know if I've ever told you guys about this dream that I've had. I've had this dream for the past, like, 4 years, right? And in this dream, I have a baby. I have a like, I, like, just give birth. I don't actually see myself giving birth to this baby, but I have this baby. And I always start the dream just as the child is being placed in my arms. And the child is being placed in my arms, and there is Michael is standing next to my friend. I have a friend, um, and Michael is standing next to my friend, and I'm holding this baby. And at some point, um, the father of this baby opens the door and comes in, but I can never see the father's face. I can never see who he is. He feels familiar to me, but I never see his face, and I've never actually seen the baby until recently. Um, I've actually seen the baby recently. It's a beautiful, beautiful little newborn baby, and this child has, like, even though the child is like a newborn baby, it opens its eyes and looks at me and has these piercing, like, green eyes. It's a beautiful baby. And the father is standing on the other side of me, like, holding my hand, like, kissing me, kissing the baby. I can never see his face. I don't know who he is, but I feel like he's familiar to me. And on the other side of me, it's Michael and my friend. And this nurse comes in to the room, and she says, "It's time for us to take him." And I'm like, "You're not taking my baby." And Michael and my friend, they get, like, really irritated. They're like, "You're not taking him. You're not taking him." And she's like, "If you don't give him to me, I'm gonna call the police." And I'm like, I start crying. I'm like, "You can't take my baby off of me. Like, you can't. I love him. You can't take him." And Michael, like, goes over to her and, like, pushes her to the ground. And he's like, "You're not taking that child." And all I know is in this dream, like, pandemonium, like, breaks the fuck out, like, breaks out in this dream. But I'm in the bed with this baby, and I can't get up, I can't move. I'm just holding him. And everyone around me is, like, fighting, and it's crazy, and I always, like, wake up. And it's such a strong dream. But I've had this dream for years, but recently I've been seeing the child's face. It's a very, very, very pretty baby with, like, big green eyes. And he's kind of like my complexion, like, kind of like a brown. He's really pretty, but I don't know what that means either. But I've been having that dream, and I've been having a dream of children a lot, and I've also been dreaming about where I'm staring at the earth, and I'm watching all this stuff happening, and there's black clouds all over the earth. And what's so crazy about the dream about the earth, I'm in space, so I can only see the earth, but somehow I'm able to look inside of the earth and see things happening. I don't know if that's familiar with you guys who are having the same dream, but in that dream, you're able to actually, like, see inside of the earth and see, like, the fighting and see the wars and see the crazy mayhem that's happening. So I don't know if you guys were actually able to see that as well, but I don't know how we're doing it, but we're able to actually, like, see on earth and see what's happening. So I don't know what that means, but I would like to talk to you guys that are having that same dream as me, because that is crazy as hell. I need to open my chat room. You guys need to come to my chat room and, like, literally talk to me about that, because I'm freaking out right now, because we have to discuss this shit, because that's crazy. We're having the same exact dream. Maybe we are getting abducted every night. I don't know. It's fucking weird though. It's really strange. So I don't know. But yeah. So I have just been talking to you guys for a while, but I would love to talk to you more. I have to do a couple of things, but I don't know how late it is for all of you guys, but I'm going to be in my chat room probably in about an hour. So if you guys really want to come and talk to me, that'd be really cool. Um, but I have to go and do some things because I try to get out before it gets too late. I don't like going out of my house, but I have to get something because it's my friend's birthday. and I'm making her a birthday dinner because she lives with me. So I'm gonna make her a really nice dinner tonight. So I need to go out to the store to get some things. But let me give you guys the link. Does anybody in here have the link to our chat? Because I don't. Let me try to pull it up 1 second. Oh my god, my computer's so slow. Michael Jackson chat room. Ethereal. Andre. My god, I'm so hot. You can actually go on camera in here now too, which I didn't know before, which is really cool. Okay, invite people. My camera's not working though, so I don't know. Why is he saying that it expires in 1 day? Okay, here is my link to my chat room. Okay, what's this say? Can you send a link to your chat room, Brandy? Okay, Rosie's brown eyes, yes, since I was around 11. A messenger shall enter the world will reject him, ridicule him. Yeah, dude, Robin, I know. I have not had this dream since I was little. I just started having this dream. I started having this dream when I was like recently. Like I was yesterday years old. Like 3 days ago, I started having that dream. So here's like to my chat room, but I have to scoot because I have to go to the store, but I'll be there. So really you guys like go and wait for me or just go talk to each other and then I'll be there soon, okay? I love you guys and this is amazing. And Rosie and Kimmy, you guys need to definitely talk. And Rosie, see, if you would have hurt yourself last night, you would have never been able to like talk in here today and find out that someone is your soul twin and having the same dream as you. So you got to stick around. You have to stay strong through this. There's meaning in everything. There's significance in everything. You have to be strong though and have a strong mind. And when it gets to you, when it makes you crazy, step outside, breathe, meditate, listen to music, message someone, but you have to stay strong through this. I am literally pushing myself every day through this because it's hard for me. I had a really bad day a couple days ago. I was really, really depressed and really sad and just you have to thankfully I had someone that was kind enough to talk to me. Wish I could talk to him more, but he was there and he made me feel better. So just have people around that make you feel like you're going to be okay. All right. Love you too. And I will talk to you guys so soon. Okay. Bye.